Three, two, one, action.
光りたいしかきたいめんどくさい僕らが手にしたい明日は儚くて絶えなくて話したくなくなるかけがえない White Twilight 歌いたいただやいたいやつなんていないそんな大概な夜くらい噛んじゃっていたいからマリアっていたいたいくらい笑い合っていたい
Hello, everyone. It's the Mid 3 podcast where three Middle Easterns try to find something to talk about. Today, we do have a couple of topics actually, but that's not for me to introduce. That's for our Segway King MK to introduce. So,
Good man. Good man.
I don't want to steal anyone's job like Resident Hater did last time. I'm not here to do that. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, you're a very good person. Thank you. So, before we start with our main topic for the day, last week I was talking about new Superman movie. That I liked it. I liked the interesting take on Superman. You guys hadn't watched it yet, but you guys did watch it over the week. So, what are your thoughts on the new Superman?
It's good.
It's good.
Thank you for the
I haven't
in-depth
watched
analysis.
many Superman movies, but I think what I especially liked is Superman felt a lot more human than just an enigma. So that was one point I really liked. He had a lot of nice character interactions, particularly with okay, I'm not the biggest Lois Lane, right? That's her name.
Lois.
Lois
That's her
Lane.
name. Yes.
Yes.
Not Louis.
I'm not
Lois.
the biggest comic guy. Lois Lane. Sorry, Lois Lane. Lois Lane. My bad. I also one of my favorite characters in that show was Green Lantern. I thought
Green
he was
Lantern was
super funny.
Oh
fire.
yeah.
I really
love-
liked.
I
love that
especially liked
guy.
his abilities when he was super funny.
I love the actor. I don't,
but
I
yeah,
don't
overall-
know the
Yeah.
character.
Oh yeah, I
I
don't know
enjoyed the
anything about
character, but I
Green
like the
Lantern.
actor too.
Yeah.
I just like how he was in that movie.
I loved it.
Yeah, so the movie was goofier than you, and not. I don't mean goofier in a bad way. I mean like it was. How do I say this? It set a lighthearted theme for the most part. There were dark moments, of course. There were moments that were serious, but overall, it was just like a very entertaining watch for me. I think is what I would say. So, yeah, from start to end, I was entertained. It had everything I wanted in a movie. I liked it.
I loved it. 10 out of 10. It was very pro-Palestine. They killed Netanyahu in it. It was great. I hope
Hot
more
Girl.
movies
Was it
do
Hot
that.
Girl that
It was
killed her?
Hot Girl. Yeah.
Yeah, it was how cool that did it. Yes.
If more
He
movies
was
do
like,
that,
Superman
I'll
never
go watch
killed
more
me.
movies. You got my
And
support.
she's like, I'm not Superman.
And it's so simple because, like, I think I was the sole reason that at least 8 more people went to see that movie, right? So it's so easy. Just make a not Israeli movie, and you'll just get more viewers. Is what it is.
Exactly.
It's making a lot of money. Movie is making
It
a lot of
is
money.
a lot of money.
It's
There's a
predicted to
movie
make a
already
lot of money.
scheduled for July 2026.
Hell yeah.
Did you guys hear about that?
No,
So in a
but
year
I'm
from
gonna
now.
go watch this one again, probably, just to support. I
But
loved
yeah,
the vibe. It was not too serious, a little serious, like Kareem said. I loved it. I think this is the best Superman we've seen on screen in years. Also, I tried to watch Man of Steel to compare because everyone's like, "Oh, not my Rob Schneider," and I think Rob Schneider fans are like fucking
Zack.
Zack Schneider, whatever. Who the fuck is Rob Schneider? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Zack
Is he a
Schneider.
footballer?
It rolls off the tongue though, so I
Yeah.
can see why. I can see why you said Rob Schneider.
I think Zack Schneider fans are like Kanye fans. They'll just suck his dick no matter what. Like that fucking rapper Kodak Black or some shit. I don't know. He like will say one word in a song and they'll be like, "Oh my god, my god." So I think they're just the
People
same
usually
type
do that
of
for Kendrick Lamar. But Kendrick
glazers.
Lamar.
I really liked Henry Cavill, but I just like Henry Cavill as a human being. So I like
used to like Henry Cavill, and then I learned that he's like 50 dating a 20-year-old. So I'm over liking Henry Cavill. But also, I just
Uh,
hated his Superman. Bro is an alien.
it was
Bro is an alien, bro. That's all he is. He's so weird. And like you watch the movie, it is not about Earth. It's just about Krypton. Like it's so alien. And then he's on Earth. He lives with like his family is not endearing and loving. They're like paranoid fucking Christians. And that's like their whole community. Like the whole reason he gets outed is because he saves a bus and then like one of the families come to his family and they're like, this is a miracle from God. You have to tell the world. It's like so weird. It's not Superman. It's too realistic. It's not comic booky. And then
uh,
like Superman himself is so brooding. He doesn't speak. He just walks around all muscular and like I don't know. It's just weird.
I don't know. I really liked I prefer this Superman. I think this is the best Superman movie we've had. It's fun. I really like the Superman here. And one thing that I like in this movie that all other movies ignore is that in the other movies they just give you like a big problem. They're like, hey guys, this is the big problem. Superman's gonna save the day. This one, Superman just cares about the well-being of humans in general.
Yeah.
He's just like people are dying, and I'm not gonna let that happen.
And you
Like,
guys
I'm
have seen the
Superman. I'm
meme.
here to
Like this
save the
Superman
world.
is saving squirrels. Man of Steel is oral
Yes.
farming in the courtroom while everyone gets exploded.
Yes.
I think that this movie did like it's a very common trope, but it did the trope so well of Superman just being an overall
I
upstanding
think it did it
guy
so well. I
and
didn't even
hero.
notice it. It was just good.
Yeah, it, like
The only things
the
that I didn't
tropes.
like about this movie were things that I just don't like about Superman. Like things I like. He's not my favorite, and I hate like Lois Lane was done right. She was,
She
but I
was
just hate
annoying,
her.
which is hard to do.
I find her an annoying bitch. But that's who she is. They made her correctly. She is an annoying bitch, and but that's what they did. Like I was watching
Wait,
it. I was watching a movie with friends, and you know the scene when
I
she
don't
was
want.
like,
I didn't think she was annoying,
she was.
but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
think
She,
she
when
was
she was
annoying.
interviewing him, and she was like digging down on the questions, and she was clearly like stepping on some nerves. My friend next to me, he's like, "Oh, isn't she his girlfriend? Why is she being so bitchy?" I was
well,
like, "Oh, that's her. The
she's
truth above
training him
all."
for what she's training him for what the interview was gonna be like.
I get that, but it just I hate her. I don't
Keep in
hate her. I
mind, the
dislike
tone,
her in the
the tone of
comics,
the
and
and
they
that
did
interview,
scene
her.
pissed me
the
off,
tone
but
of
not
the
because she's
interview.
annoying. It's just because like how the nature of it. It is what it is.
Yeah, the tone of the interview is very inquisitive, but at the same time, she's on his side through it all. But she has to be so inquisitive because whatever is going to come to him is going to be even worse than what she's doing, right? So she's just making sure he's able to, first of all, know that these questions are coming at him. People are
She
No, but
speculating.
it's
was
not like she was
baseline
prepping him
annoying
all the
about
time.
like I knew this would never work just because she's a woman. Let's be honest, guys. But yeah, other than that,
Wait, what happened? Oh yeah, I missed that.
you'll see it in the episode. It's fine. But I don't think she was
Okay.
annoying overall.
No, she was Lois Lane. I just find Lois Lane. And again, Superman was kind of cringe at times, but that's who he is. He is kind of cringe.
Yeah.
Like, he does.
He is the
I love
upstanding
how
model.
much of a goody two shoes he is. I love it. He's
Yeah,
He is
he's such a
the
good
goody.
It is.
and being
Yeah.
guys being good
I love when
is the
that trope
punk
is done
rock.
right. I love when
It
goody
is.
two shoes is done right. Like when you're so goody two shoes, but you stick by it. Like there's nowhere along the road where you get misaligned from that. No, from
He's
start to
not
end, no
a
matter
goody
what happens,
the
you're
annoying
goody
goody two shoes where he's like he sticks to the law. He doesn't. He will do whatever to save people. He went and intervened in international shit to save people. That's the good goody two shoes where he's just trying to
Yeah.
do good,
Uh,
what actually is good, not by law.
I loved Lex Luthor in this movie. I
Mhm.
loved him. It was
Was
the
great.
actor did it brilliantly. Yeah,
He was
very,
so
very, very
annoying.
nice.
He pissed me off.
Though
When
he-
when villains
yeah,
And
piss
he
you
was
off,
given
they
so
do-
many
they
valid
act well.
reasons to fight Superman, and he still just chose to be a hater instead of take those valid reasons, which is Lex Luthor. It's so good. It's so good.
Bro is actually such
Yeah,
a
like
bro.
he could have been like, oh, these are my actual good reasons, but no, he's just Lex Luthor. He's just a hater. That's what
And
Lex
the
Luthor
thing
is at
is,
his
like,
core.
he has his own personal reason. And it's a very like selfish, wrong reason, but
Yeah,
he
he's a
tries to
hater.
make the reason apply to all of humanity, and that's wrong because it's a personal reason.
And it's
first
just
and
a lie
foremost.
because he's like, oh, I'm doing this for the good of people while he's killing everyone. He's destroying the world. He's just
He's
doing
trying
this
to
because he's a
delude
hater.
himself. Yeah. Or no, he's not even trying to delude himself. He knows, but he's
Yeah.
just trying to make
He
it out
admits
to
it
be.
at the end. It's
The
actually
one-
pretty cool.
The one scene that pissed me off because it just, I don't know, I feel like it was not very well made, was when they were in the uh, prison in the pocket dimension thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Superman was dying on the floor because of kryptonite. And then the guy who was being tortured into keeping him prisoner said, "Okay, you can save my son, right?" And Superman said, "Yeah, okay." And then he removed the kryptonite, and then there was a good like 3 minutes while he was like figuring it out. Why aren't you healing? Let me make you a son so I can heal you. That was like a solid 3 minutes. His son was on the other side with a guard. Why was the guard just chilling? Why didn't he just kill his son?
It was fine with the baby, bro.
Well, you have to
That,
understand
that
that
was really
you have to,
annoying.
you have to understand
it's
that the
just
guards
a guard,
like
and it was across
the guards also, this is his bargaining chip, right? He can't just get,
Yeah, if he just
because he
kills
doesn't know
the kid.
he could die. Yeah, he
Yeah.
could end up
Okay.
dying.
So
He
does
doesn't
he not have
know.
like a walkie-talkie to talk to Lex? Like Lex didn't think this through. Like what if Superman just comes? Like there has to be like a failsafe. Like it feels
don't.
like
Yeah, I felt honestly, I didn't notice in that scene because I was in suspense. I was like, shit, is he gonna notice? Is he gonna get this done? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know why he
Yeah.
they
didn't
could have
notice.
done it. They could have done it where the guy could have made, like, for example, a different looking a different green rock that looks the same as kryptonite, but it's not kryptonite, and he could keep it next to him, so the guy wouldn't think there's anything different because he doesn't know,
Oh,
and
that
then
would
he
have been
could like
good.
be working with his other
That would have
end.
been good.
That would have been cooler.
He could have,
But they
yeah. I
just took
mean,
like the lazy way out, but kind of pissed me off.
sometimes,
But other than that,
sometimes
no
in
worries.
writing, like, yeah, it will happen where characters are just like put dumber just so a scene gets across. But that's lazy writing, like you said.
Yeah,
It was
I
lazy
think
writing
there was
by
a better
definition,
solution
but
there,
that was,
and they was probably having
yeah,
a different green element. It is what it is.
Yeah,
yeah,
that would have been cooler.
yeah.
But it is what it is.
Let it be known that I could not finish Man of Steel. I got so bored. Like I
Oh,
got
it's
so
boring.
bored.
Man of
It
Steel
was
is
bored. Also,
average as
it's
fuck.
2 hours and
Yeah,
20
yeah.
minutes, bro. I think I watched 20, 30 minutes of it. I was just so bored. Like, so I watched, and like Superman as an adult had not said a word by the time I watched. I stopped watching when he like found his ship that he landed in. Or no, he found the ship. His dad showed it to him, and then he went on some journey, and he made it to the, I think, Antarctica or some shit. And we see Lois Lane spying on him, and then I stopped watching. I'm like, this shit is boring. Also, Lois Lane is Amy Adams. Like Lois Lane's one defining feature is having black hair. Why did we pick Amy Adams for this role? Like Amy Adams is known for having red hair, and we pick her to be Lois Lane, who is known for having black hair. Why? I don't know.
People like Amy Adams. But yeah, this was a very, very good movie. I would love if it was like made into a whole DC universe with the Batman. Hopefully Robert Pattinson's Batman. I liked it. I
See,
hope they keep going
you
in
told
that
me that
direction.
they were going to use that, but I saw an article saying that James Gunn is working with the Batman guy, the guy writing the script, to see if he wants the new Batman to be in his DCU. And the reason it's taking so long for us to get a new Batman movie is because the scriptwriter wrote 2 scripts. One, if James Gunn is going to take this Batman into the DCU, and one if he isn't.
Yeah.
And they're still working on if they
Okay.
are going to take him or not.
They kind of have to. You can't. You either cancel this Batman and start fresh, or take him. You can't have a DCU without Batman. Can't.
No, but he
is
literally
DC.
said in the article, he's like, Batman is a very important character to the DCU, but we're not going to have him just because he's Batman. When he needs to have a reason to exist. And he's like,
sure,
do we
I
have
guess,
that
but I
reason
don't
in this
know.
universe or not? We don't know. Also, people are complaining online
But
that
it's-
Superman was weak in the movie. It's called character development, yo. Like, Superman, when he first started, is weak because he has a mental block. He's like, he can't accept that he's this strong. Like, that could be
He's
it.
not weak though. Bro
he
blew
could be
away
weak, bro.
from a
What does it
black
matter?
hole.
It's
Hold
a
on, hold on,
story.
hold on.
Like,
Okay,
why do
yeah,
we
but
care
he's
so
not
much
even
about
weak,
how
though.
much he fucking lifts? It's a
But
fucking movie, bro.
their claims are wrong though, because he blew away from a black hole. Do you know what
He's
Yeah,
kind
not
of
no,
weak
they're
weak.
that is?
comparing
The
it
only
to Man
person-
of Steel Superman, who was like way stronger,
He's
I guess.
stronger
I don't
than
know.
Man of Steel Superman.
The
Do you
only
know? Black
person
hole, that's
who
a
was
planetary.
able to hurt him was himself. We find out that it was
Yeah.
just a clone of him.
Yeah.
That's why he was
No,
able
but they
to
were
hurt
saying
him.
he's like struggling to lift cars or some shit. I don't know. Like,
I
this
never
is
saw that. I
such
don't remember
like a stupid concern,
He's
a
not,
stupid
bro.
complaint.
Didn't he stop that that giant monster's leg? I'm pretty sure that weighs a lot more than a car, and he stopped that pretty seamlessly. Like he was looking at the car next to him while he was stopped. I don't think
Either
he was
way,
weak.
it could be just
Yeah, he didn't.
you
He
know,
didn't get like
character development. Like it's called having a story and not him just brute strengthening everything. Like it would be lame otherwise.
the only character that definitively was causing him trouble was himself, like MK said. But also, like, sure, yeah, he didn't have like a single dub, like outright dub until like the end. But at the same time, that's not what it was about, right? Like he could have taken on that giant monster, but the Justice Gang or Justice League came and they took care of it because he was dealing with
Justice
other
Gang.
shit that was important to him in the movie. Justice Gang, yeah. So the movie wasn't about look how strong Superman is. The movie is about look
Yeah.
who Superman is, right?
It's
That's
the
difference.
it's the Schneider fans, bro. They're so cringe. Oh my god.
But,
And I like power scaling. Don't get me wrong, I love power scaling.
Hate
But
power
the
scaling.
thing is, it's like power scaling has its like power scaling is important for a story, but in its time, sure. And if it makes sense, it makes sense.
Also, shout out
It is what it is.
Mr. Terrific. Great Terrific.
Oh yeah,
He's
Mr.
so fun to
Terrific was-
watch.
I love the scene where he was fighting with the nano. I forgot what they were called.
I don't know.
I'm gonna call them
the
circles,
orbs.
and he specifically says, "Don't call them circles."
circles are 2D. Sphere.
And I like the
Why else
scene
would you?
where fake Superman did put real Superman in an armbar, and then real Superman like dislocated his shoulder, throwing him into the black hole. That was
Yeah.
sick. That was sick. That was
That
sick.
was cool. That was cool. I
Crypto
like
was pretty
I
cute
like
as
the
well.
I
Oh.
like I like
Crypto,
Super Dog,
the
and I liked how at the end
I was okay with Super Dog. I don't know.
and I liked how at the end it was
he made me laugh
Supergirl's
at that.
dog. That was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Oh yeah,
I think they've
that's the link
announced a
to the
Supergirl movie.
2026 movie. What do you guys think is gonna lead up to that movie? In my personal opinion, I think she's gonna cause trouble in some other planet, and it's gonna get Earth in trouble, and Superman's gonna have to get involved somehow. What do you
I
guys
don't
think?
think Superman's getting involved because if he does, it's instantly a Superman movie. This is a Supergirl movie, so it's gonna be just her.
Oh, it's specifically. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Then she's gonna do something, and she's gonna. Have
It's
to
gonna
solve
be
it.
her redemption story. It's gonna be her getting her life together because she's
I think
clearly a
half
mess
redemption
right now,
because
so it's
like
gonna be her.
half her character is getting drunk.
Yeah, I guess.
Also, I
But
learned
yeah, I'm
online
excited.
that apparently she is supposed to be older than Superman, but because they
Really?
get sent
Really?
to Earth, some weird space time shit happens, and then he grows while she stays the same age, and then he becomes older. But she's actually his
So
older
for the
cousin,
duration,
and she was sent.
the duration
They were
they were
sent at the same
traveling,
time,
they-
and she was supposed to take care of this baby, but then like she deflects, goes somewhere else
Oh.
by accident.
Interesting.
So what's
Um,
the story with Supergirl though? Like when did they meet on Earth?
She
and when they
actually
met,
saw
what happened?
Krypton get destroyed, so she's like very PTSD, hates herself, hates her life. So she goes to Red Suns, which let her get drunk, and she's permanently drunk.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
yeah, but I'm excited for this DCU. The old DCU was trash.
Yeah,
And
Easy.
currently the Marvel universe is pretty trash. So there's not much
it's
competition.
been Marvel
It used
Universe
to
has
be
been
Marvel
trash
up,
for
DC down.
years.
Yeah.
DC
And-
didn't have good movies since the Dark
I
Knight,
don't remember
honestly.
what the
That's from
last
what I
good
remember.
Marvel movie was.
Spider-Man.
Endgame.
The one with the old
See,
Spider-Man.
that's a Sony
that's
movie, I believe.
No, that was a Marvel.
Are
it
we
was
sure?
A Marvel.
I think they're
Yeah,
all
yeah, it was a
Sony
Marvel
movies with an agreement with Marvel. It's in the MCU, sure.
Maybe, but
we can count
and
it.
it's in the MCU, yeah.
Yeah, the one with the three
If
Spider-Man, that
we
was pretty
count
good.
Deadpool was fun.
Nah, he's not
Deadpool
MCU.
2.
Deadpool was good though,
Wait, Deadpool
but
is MCU.
Deadpool 3, you mean? Deadpool
Yeah,
and Wolverine.
Deadpool.
I don't think Deadpool's
Deadpool,
MCU.
Yeah. He is
Yeah, he's
MCU.
in Marvel Rivals. He is MCU.
Bro,
No,
Marvel
different.
Rivals is not
Or he-
MCU. He's in Marvel. He's not in the MCU.
He is a Marvel character,
I'm-
but is
I'm
he part of
confused,
their
yeah.
cinematic universe?
So, for example, Kareem,
Oh,
Spider-Man-
I see. I
He
see.
is.
Spider-Man is a Marvel character, but the rights are owned by Sony. And the only reason he's in the MCU is because Sony and Disney have agreements.
I see what you mean. I see.
No,
So
but
he has to be
Deadpool-
included in that universe,
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
cinematic
Yeah.
universe. Okay, because there are different
Deadpool
cinematic
is because they have so many references in Deadpool.
No, but they
Wolverine,
have
like when he
references
was with
because
Thor.
it's a comedy.
No.
It's not. They don't. He's not
Yeah,
actually in the MCU. Like, is he
No,
also in the
no, but
DCU
they
because he has Green Lantern figures? Like,
no, but they explicitly mention it and they tie it to the MCU. Like they say this is the stuff that's happening in Earth, and then they say the number of that Earth, and
I
like this is where you are.
guess
Like it is MCU, but they added it later, so they're kind of like
I don't know. It's a different
making it
universe as
work.
well.
But,
Like
You know
it's the
what's funny is
multiverse.
yeah,
that
So I don't think he's in the
Deadpool
MCU
is not
still.
Deadpool is not
but
in
if we're
Marvel
talking
right
like core MCU, there hasn't been a good movie since Endgame.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you count Spider-Man. I remember that was the last Marvel movie I saw in theaters was Spider-Man. The one before that was Multiverse of Madness, which was trash. And then before that was
Trash movie.
Endgame for me. Yeah.
Endgame was fire. Spider-Man was fire. But the last two really good superhero movies that I saw were Superman and Batman,
Yeah.
which are both
I
DC
actually
movies.
saw both of those. They were good. Both of those were good. I liked the
So
Batman movie.
hopefully,
A lot of people didn't. I
me
loved
too.
it.
I I
Here's
loved
a
the
quick
Batman movie. It was
here's a
great,
question, right?
amazing.
Comics and manga, right? Comics, you could say like movies like Superman are live action in a sense. So why is the live action so good here, but like movies based on live action anime most often suck?
Because
Why do you think
Japanese
this is?
actors
It's
are bad.
it's no. It's because it's a completely different system. So with comics, most of the time at least, these aren't new characters. These are characters that've been around since like the 40s, at least for some of them. So a lot of them already have so many stories that when you're making a movie, you can just go and cherry pick which story you want to make the movie
Well, you can
about,
make your
and
own
then just
story because you
make
have
the
enough
movie
Okay, let
about
about
the
me
it.
let me
character
let
to
Or
me
you
know
can
how
let me
make
they
give
would
you
be in that scenario.
exactly, or you can exactly you can make your like what happens in Avengers or not Avengers that the first four phases of the MCU, which are the good ones. What happens there is kind of like the directors writing their own shit. They use a lot of shit from the comics, of course, with like Thanos and shit like that. But there is a lot of new things. But they know so much about these characters already from the years that they've been around that they know how they'd act. They can
They
make it
also
work.
adapt a lot of shit.
With
Like the Thanos collecting the Infinity Stones is something that happens a lot in the comics, but they just do it in their own way, and they see how the characters would
yeah,
react. And also like Spider-Man being Iron Man's like little sidekick guy. They've adapted Miles Morales being Spider-Man's little sidekick guy, and they've just adapted that.
So
You
then
see,
if the formula so the issue with live action anime is not so much the effects, it's not so much the acting,
well, it
it's
is
more so
also
on the
affects.
writing.
I'm
And
sure like superhero movies get way more funding because people know
yeah,
about them.
they have a much higher budget.
fair, but
But
like I'm not speaking
uh,
on like Dragon Ball Evolution.
wait,
Those
I
effects
wasn't
were
done. Let me
pretty
just
bad.
tell you.
Okay.
Let me just tell you exactly what I think the issue is. Comic books, in general, and as like a full thing, not like chapters or volumes, don't have a specific story or a specific end purpose or goal. Like Batman doesn't have an end game. If Batman reaches something, he's not gonna stop. Like comic books aren't gonna end.
Yeah.
Manga does. All manga has a thing. Like Luffy wants to be the Pirate King, Naruto wants to be the Hokage. That's gonna end. So you can't really make a One Piece movie and have it like a full-on movie that people can just watch and enjoy without it tackling the Pirate King because
I
that is
think
what Luffy is. That is what he
also a
wants.
big
No, but
thing, the reason they
let me read it.
change anime a lot, I mean manga a lot in the adaptations is because they're trying to fit it with like the American audience, and comic books are already in the
Yeah.
American audience, so they keep them the same. But then they ruin the manga by trying to change it for the audience when they shouldn't.
So then is it more so on the writing than because I know there are ones with bad effects like Dragon Ball Evolution, but we can say that the recent live actions that have come out, their effects are decent enough to be watchable.
I don't think
right?
Dragon Ball
It's not
Evolution
like
the
gonna make
issue
you
was
cringe.
effects, bro. I think the issue is that it was in such bad writing.
No.
I've
I'm
seen
not
this
saying
movie
that the issue
twice.
was only
It's so
effects.
bad.
I'm not saying that the issue is only effects. It has many issues: writing, effects, acting. I'm just saying when it comes to effects, it probably does it the worst out of a lot of live
It's just
actions.
old. But I think that, bro,
But the
the core
recent,
issue in that movie is that Goku is a high school student. What are we doing? He's not an alien
yeah,
from
no,
Namek.
it's the
He's a
writing for sure.
human
No,
Yeah,
high school student. It ruins it.
they
They
changed
tried
the
to
story.
adapt it way too much. They made it a
no, but
Spider-Man origin movie.
You know,
But
you know what
what
would
I'm saying
be
is that hold on, let me finish my point. What I'm saying is that I'm just trying to put effects aside and acting aside, right? I just want to
yeah.
bring it solely on the writing. So the recent anime live actions that have come out, their acting is watchable. The effects are
What are
watchable
they?
for the most part, right?
What are the recent anime live actions?
So,
One Piece
well,
and Avatar.
for example, right, One Piece and Avatar. Let's take those two. Effects and acting wise,
They're fine.
watchable,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Writing wise is where they
Terrible.
falter, right? So say the writing,
I
say
think
the
the One
writing,
Piece writing, is it not the same?
It's very similar. One Piece is doing
Which
it the
is,
best.
they
out
I
of all.
changed
liked the
things.
One
Though.
Piece live
They changed
action.
things.
That would have
They
been my
changed things, but
into
they
One Piece, by the way. But they ruined it by casting fucking non-Arabs as Arabs. Now it's racist. I'm
so
over it.
they changed it, but because the showrunner actually reads One Piece, they were able to make it make sense, right?
There you go.
And because they had
It's
input
not
from the
because
author,
that.
right?
It's because they kept it as it is. They didn't try to adapt it for any audience. Like
Like
the Avatar
Luffy isn't
live
a
action.
random fisher boy from an island. No,
Yeah.
he's Luffy. He's
The Avatar writers, the original creators left the show. They were like, "This is a bad project." They left the show. And the new writers, they said, I saw an interview. They were like, "We're trying to get the Game of Thrones fan base to hook onto this. Why are you doing that? There is a big enough Avatar fan base. Keep it as is."
And how are
And that's
you
why
trying to
I
fit
think
Avatar
the
into a Game of
Avatar
Thrones?
live
They're two
action.
completely different.
That's why I think the Avatar live action should not exist. There's no reason for it to exist. The animation does exactly the thing you're trying to do with this new live action. It's just a way to squeeze extra money out. It is not good.
there are
It just,
very
all
there are
it
very
does is ruin the
few
story. Like no changes should be made.
there are very few anime that could work as movies straight up with their story without being changed, because it would have to be short enough of a story or easy enough of a story to be done in like a movie or like a short enough show, and it has to be something that's so not easy, like a western thing could easily take it. What I was surprised failed so miserably, because this is my anime of choice if it was going to be like a big live action movie, was Death Note. It's short enough to be done in a movie. You can easily put it out in a movie. It is a high school student who finds a book. Like, there's nothing particularly Japanese about it. It
I think
could very
it's too
easily
dark
be put into
for
one.
American
I
audience.
didn't watch
I
this,
don't
so I
know.
wouldn't know. But
Maybe.
It's
I
very
mean, like,
like
what about One Punch Man? One Punch Man, I feel
What's
like
the
could
story
be
gonna
made.
be?
no, where what
Exactly.
how
Well,
Punishment
here's the
has
thing,
no
though.
story.
It doesn't have
Exactly.
necessarily a story, but you could make a story. That's the.
You
Remember when we
can't
said there's
though.
a
It's a
goal, there's an
gag.
end
It's a
goal.
gag character, and his whole thing is that he one punches everything. It's a comedy. You
Okay,
want your
let me
first
let
anime
me
movie
bring
to
a
be a
different one
comedy?
because I'm trying to go through like superhero movies. Okay, My Hero. Let's say My Hero Academia was adapted into live action.
What are
It's
you gonna
about
make?
heroes.
You can't, because it's
But
about him becoming the number one hero. So you can't have a movie that doesn't end with him being the number one hero, and you can't fit all of that in a movie. So to make
but
it
then they have
work,
movies. But
you're
there
gonna
are
have
anime
to.
movies. There are anime movies like a My Hero Academia
Yeah, but
movie
they're
that
anime
doesn't
movies,
have
and
anything to do with the
the
main
anime
plot.
fan base goes to watch it.
Yes.
You're trying to adapt
And
it
even
now
if
to
the
a
anime
movie,
fan base,
a fan base. You know,
But
and
okay,
even the anime fan base, not all of them go to watch it. Like 20% max watch it,
you
because
have to
it's not
think
really
about
that
Kareem.
much part
This
of
is
the story.
has to be
so
a person who
say
doesn't
they're
watch anime, doesn't know anything about anime, is going to go watch this live action.
no, but I'm not saying how many people are watching it. I'm saying would it be good, right? Would it be
No,
good?
Maybe,
So
bro.
because
What's the criteria?
it cannot be
that's what I'm
made
trying to find out.
without it
What can make live
without it being
action
watchable.
good, like watchable
No,
for a
it would
fan?
not be good. It would not be good. Because
Why wouldn't it?
if I step into a live action movie for an anime, I expect it to give me part of the story and to be canon or something similar-ish to canon. But if I step into a My Hero movie and it's just Deku on a side quest doing some pointless shit, I'm not gonna care. Especially because it's not gonna be like building up into something. You're not gonna have a second My Hero movie, because then there's no overarching big story. You've made it into
Look,
one mini story, and that mini story is kind of ass. And that's what ends up
I
happening.
think the
That's what
issue
they did with
with
Dragon Ball.
making a
What
live
they did with Dragon
action,
Ball was exactly that. They tried to, instead of following the full Dragon Ball story, they tried to make like a mini side quest movie, and it was
yeah,
garbage.
you're gonna have to
Dragon
make
Ball is a very good
changes.
example that you brought up
You're gonna
because
have to
Dragon
make
Ball
changes
doesn't
to
have
adapt
an
it into a
overarching
movie.
goal. Dragon Ball doesn't have an overarching goal. Like the goal used to be to collect the Dragon Balls, but now there's no overarching goal. There's just villains come to Earth, they threaten Earth, the Z fighters have to stop them, right? So why can't Dragon Ball be? I feel like Dragon Ball could be a very good live action like movie series. No,
I
because
don't, because the
it's gonna be the
characters
same as
have
the.
no depth to them. In like
I mean, no, hold on, no, but no.
Goku
So
has no depth to him,
Dragon
bro.
Ball
He
for
just
the
wants to fight and he wants to be the best fighter. Like it's lame. I
okay.
think the
He's
issue
a
with
very simple
adapting, I
character.
kept
He's a
trying
very
to say this,
simple
you kept
character.
cutting me off. Shut the fuck up. I think the issue with trying to adapt an anime to a movie is that you're gonna have to make changes and you're gonna have to water it down because it's like anime are long. To condense it into a movie, and it's just gonna lose its flavor. It's gonna lose its quality, and you're gonna try to give it to an audience who might not like it. And like, if you're not gonna change it, then what's the point of making it? And if you are gonna change it, you're gonna probably ruin it. That's the issue.
No. If you are no, hold on. Well, Superman, for example. Let's take Superman.
Mhm.
Superman, the villain here was Lex Luthor, right?
Yeah,
The villain here is Lex Luthor, and it goes through Superman's origin story. Well, not
but like
fully, but
MK
like we
said,
get to learn more
there
about
is
his
no
past.
one origin story. There's a lot of
Okay.
shit, and they cherry pick and they make their
Exactly.
own new thing. But anime, there's one thing, and if you change it, the fans are gonna hate it because you've changed it.
No, but here's the thing. So you're saying that sometimes they can change the comic book movies, right, to fit what they need, the criteria, right? So what if
Okay.
someone
Yes.
understands Dragon Ball enough, they understand the characters enough, and I'm sure there are, because Dragon Ball one of the most popular right now, right? If not the most popular in the West. So I'm sure there are people that can take those, and there are many stories in Dragon Ball. So many
So
stories, so
that's
many movies.
different
There's like
because there's
20
only
movies
one
out.
Goku. But there's many
Okay.
Supermen, and so the movie they've basically made their own
There's not just one
Superman.
Goku. There's not just one Goku, buddy. There's not just
There's
one
not
Goku.
just one Goku. There's not just one anime.
Well,
There's not just one canon.
there is just one canon.
See,
You're
that's
right.
a
There is just
contentious
one canon.
question already. There's already millions of Supermen that they've made, different comic lines, different runs. They just take the core of what
Okay, I
Superman
shouldn't
is,
say there.
and then
there
they
there
make
is
their
one
own
Goku.
No
There
one
is one.
can.
Superman. That's why
There
it's
is one
fine.
Goku.
No
There
one
is one.
can.
There is one Goku,
No one
but there
can
are
sit there
different
and
main
say
characters.
that's
Hold on.
not Superman because there is no one.
No, but hold
Superman.
on. There are many Gokus, but or sorry, there's one Goku, but there are different main characters in Dragon Ball depending on the Dragon Ball that you're watching. For
Okay, I'm
example,
not
right?
saying main character.
There's
I'm
a
saying
Dragon Ball
Goku.
series.
There's only one of each character in Dragon Ball.
Okay, yes, there is only one.
So
of each
if you were to
character.
adapt it to a movie, you would change them, and people would hate that.
You don't have okay, but how? Like, what are you? How are you gonna change them? For example, what are you gonna do?
You have to water it down to fit in 2 hours.
Why do you have to change it in the first place? Why do you
Because
have to?
you have to
Why do you
water
have to
down the
change the Goku?
story to fit in 2 hours. You can't
have-
get all
yeah.
this fucking character development in 2
He-
hours.
Here's the thing.
Okay, but you said
So-
Goku's a very not deep character.
Wait,
Hold on. Goku
wait,
doesn't have
and
enough
wait, think of it this way.
Goku doesn't have enough
I know
character
the
for
answer
a
to your
movie.
question. Wait, I know the answer to your question.
No, he does.
So-
He does. There are
Can you-
very.
So
Okay.
right now, if you take a Dragon Ball movie, pretend like you're not an anime viewer. You don't know what Dragon Ball is. Never heard of it. You're a white bitch in
No.
California.
People have heard
No
of.
idea.
No, that's not fair.
Wait.
Because I know what Superman is. I don't follow the comics, but I
Karim,
know
we're
who Superman
talking
is.
about
He's a
the
really-
average moviegoer does not know who Goku. Doesn't maybe have
They
heard
know
the name.
that-
They
yes,
don't
they
know
do.
anything
Yes, they
about
do.
Goku.
The average moviegoer
That's,
for
okay.
that's
this
delusion.
type of-
That's
for this
delusion.
type-
That's delusion.
So
That's
you're saying
delusion.
that. So you're saying that if you ask the people that went to Superman, right? If you asked a cinema of people that went to Superman, you ask all of them. Not at least 80% of them would know who Goku is from Dragon Ball.
They have heard
They
the
wouldn't
name.
know.
They don't know anything about him.
I would say that they would know at least enough
You think
know
80%
that
of
he likes fighting,
Superman,
that
the
he likes-
Superman movie
that he's a
viewers
strong fighter.
know who the fuck Goku
That-
is?
They,
That is
they
delusion.
would know.
I would think
There's
so.
someone called Goku who dresses in orange and goes like that. That's it.
And
That's
fights.
You
all
think
they
an
know.
old
They know
you
nothing
think an
about it.
old
Fair.
white
Okay,
man
that's good. That's good
who
enough.
was a kid
That's good
in the
enough.
50s knows who Goku is?
No, not in the. I'm saying
So-
now.
no.
I'm saying now. Hold on. Okay, I'm
Wait,
saying
wait,
that's
wait,
all they need
let-
to
let
know.
me finish,
Why?
let me
Because
finish.
when I was watching Superman, sure, I know he's an upstanding hero, right? But I don't know anything about Krypton. I don't know anything about his parents. I don't know anything about Supergirl. I actually don't know anything about Supergirl. But I would go into that movie because I'm interested. I think Supergirl is a
Yeah,
strong
because
fighter. That
you can
interests me.
Think
do
about
a
it.
comic
Watch
book
it.
movie, but you can't do a manga movie.
Think about it this way.
No,
What's
because
the Goku?
Supergirl.
Listen. What's the Dragon Ball movie gonna be? It's either gonna be one of two things. You're either gonna have the movie itself be, for example, a big threat is coming to Earth and Goku has to save the Earth. And that way, you're just kind of like jumping into it, and you're like, "Hey guys, this is Goku. He's an alien." Blah, blah. And a lot of people are going to be confused. Who
That's
the
a
fuck?
lot of
We need an
arcs.
origin.
No. That's a lot of arcs.
we need
A lot
an
of arcs
origin.
don't follow each other in Dragon Ball. For example, let me give you an
I
example,
know.
right? Okay.
Wait, listen to me. I'm saying pick any random arc. If we jump into it directly, most people are going to be, "Who the fuck is this character? What is his power? Why is he strong?" We don't know. They need an origin. And if
Yep.
you make an origin story for Goku, that movie is going to be really fucking boring because his origin story is
Not
pretty
at all.
fucking boring. What are you
No,
going
it's
to do?
not. Let me give you an example. Goku, the Broly movie, right? The Broly movie explores Goku. Goku, by the way, is literally a Superman replica. Okay, came from planet Vegeta. His origin story is that he's the son of Bardock.
Yes,
He was
yes, yes.
supposed to be sent to Earth to save the Saiyan race, but he was supposed to be evil. And then things went along the line, and then he became good. his origins, he's literally Superman, but anime version.
All
Okay,
right, so they'd have to
Yes.
water it down
with
to put it
some
into 2
differences.
hours.
With some differences. They can cover his origin story in 15
They
minutes.
cannot,
That's literally
bro.
what the Broly movie does, by the way. That's what the Broly movie
You
does.
can't
That's
have
all
people interested in this character. Like,
I think I think
Yeah,
it's doable, but it would be hard. Like it could you
Sure,
could
it's
in
hard.
theory
Sure,
have a
it's
good
hard.
Dragon Ball movie, but it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to tell
course
their
it's
origin story well enough and have the character be interesting enough for you to show them why he's so strong, and then have a big enough threat that he has to like have some sort of character development to beat that threat.
that doesn't
And
sound
it could be
possible.
a good movie.
Sure, that could work. That could.
This would
It's
just
hard,
be
but it's
such a
doable.
watered down version of the character.
It would not, because the Broly movie was an hour and a half, and it covered Goku's origin story. It covered the threat of Broly. It covered.
And did the average
Vegeta
moviegoer
and
go and
Goku
see this
losing.
movie?
I
Dragon
think they
Ball
would.
fans
It seems pretty
Dragon
interesting.
Ball fans,
If
this
it's a
is an
live
average
action,
movie go.
no. If it's a live action and it's marketed well, I don't know how they're gonna market it, but if they market it well, and it's a Dragon Ball movie about
Karim, you're
Goku's
just
origin
throwing
story,
ifs, bro.
Broly.
Okay, I'll give you an if. If this is the best movie with the best marketing ever, sure, people will go watch this movie. Like, what are these
Okay,
ifs?
let me.
Give me something
The, okay,
realistic.
the only if I will say is if they adapt Goku's origin story, like you said, in the Broly movie, basically into a live action. Because I feel like that's one of the few Dragon Ball movies
You're like,
that
if
would
they
work
make a
as
good
live
movie,
action.
that's the issue. It's hard to make a good movie out of something this long. It has to be watered down for
But
it
it
to
would-
fit
but
in
it
2
could work.
hours.
The
What I'm
question,
saying
the
is it could
question,
work.
the
Sure,
question
bro.
here
I mean,
is
anything could work.
if someone
Okay, yeah, hold
if
on.
someone
What is
Like, what is
the
could
question?
work? What does that
if
mean?
someone
What is the question? What is the question?
if someone who doesn't know Goku's origin story watched what you watched in the Broly movie, would that be enough, or was it enough for you because you know Goku's backstory? Like, did it like give you enough information to fill in some of the blanks that you had, or is it enough that someone with a clean slate would understand?
And by the
If
way,
it was, then sure. If it
I
wasn't, then it
know
can't.
Okay,
a
let me
bit
give
about
let me give an
Goku,
example
right?
of an anime I
If they
didn't watch,
made
but
a
I know
Goku
character.
movie, I would not go watch it because I don't know that much about Goku. And I'm not even the average fucking moviegoer. I'm like the average anime watcher. I know shit about Goku. I still wouldn't go watch this movie
But why wouldn't you though?
because I don't know shit about Goku, and the only shit I know makes me feel like I won't be interested in this movie. Like, if they
No,
made
but is
a
it because you think
live
Dragon Ball
action
is a
Naruto
bad
movie, I
anime,
probably
or
would
is
go
it
watch it
because-
just to see how bad it is, by the way.
But is it because you think Dragon Ball is a bad anime, or is it because you just don't like Goku? Like, what do you know about
I
Goku?
don't.
That you
The only thing I know about Goku is he's a fucking alien from Namek. Isn't it Namek? You said it was Vegeta. Now I'm confused. I don't
Planet
actually know.
Vegeta. Planet
See,
Vegeta.
I don't know. And I know they fucking collect the Dragon Balls, and I know he's like sometimes a monkey.
They only collect the Dragon Balls in the original Dragon Ball.
See,
then they
I
then
don't
they just don't give a shit
know.
about it anymore.
And I know memes.
By
I
the
don't
way,
actually know. I know that
unpopular
fucking
opinion,
Piccolo
the
is
original
still
Dragon
there.
Ball-
He's a good guy, and all he does is Orofarm.
I think we're a bad audience to ask, by the way, because
We
you have
are
someone who has
as
watched.
good as it gets, bro. Because the average
I
fucking
think
movie
we're a
watcher
bad
knows
audience to ask
nothing.
because we're biased. No, I think
know what?
we're inherently biased. I think we're a bad audience to ask because we're inherently biased.
Karim, you've kind of convinced me. Dragon Ball Z or any Dragon Ball movie is gonna be very difficult. But if you look at the original Dragon Ball, with like the children, that would make a good movie. We can water down that story enough into the goal of the movie being to collect the Dragon Balls so they can save
So you
someone's
just
life.
said it has to be
That
watered
would be a good
down.
movie.
And because it's watered
It
down,
does have to be watered
Dragon
down.
Ball fans would hate it. So now you just need average moviegoers to like it.
One Piece fans didn't hate the live action when
Because it wasn't watered down.
Ace Blue Saga as well.
And
It
this
was watered
show
down.
is never going to get finished because it needs at least 20 fucking more
There
seasons
are a lot
to
of-
even
there are
catch up. And
scenes
that's
that
not
got
going to
skipped in
happen
the live action.
realistically.
There are scenes that got skipped in the live action. There are scenes
There
that
are scenes
were
that got
changed
skipped,
completely from the
but
manga.
it still was like the first, 30, 40 episodes? That's so
Dragon Ball has a
little.
lot of fluff, by the way. Dragon Ball has more fluff than One Piece East Blue Saga does.
And
So
I
if
think,
they remove
and
the
I
fluff,
think
I don't think
Dragon Ball is one-dimensional as fuck, and they still have to water it down.
How many episodes
I
is
mean,
the original
you could
Dragon
say
Ball?
a lot of comics are one-dimensional and they're still pretty fun to watch.
There is no, I can't
If
think
it's
of
one-dimensional,
a
it's
comic
fun.
movie that is as one-dimensional as Goku. What is Goku's
The
character? Can you tell
original
me?
Dragon.
No, but
He just
original-
wants to fight, right? He just wants to be a strong fighter. Yes, I'm focusing
No,
on the
in
main
the
character.
original
Who else do I fucking focus on, bro? Piss me
In the
off.
original Dragon Ball, they're trying to collect the Dragon Balls. That's the goal. That's why he's saying it would
Is
be
he
good,
not the main
because his
character?
goal is to collect the Dragon Balls.
It's
Yes,
an
he is.
ensemble
Are
You're not
cast.
gonna have
The
a
original
movie
one, it's more
with
of
a
an
main
ensemble cast.
character?
It is more of an ensemble cast, you're right? Yes, it
In
is
the
more
original
of-
one, it's more of an
everyone-
ensemble cast. He is like the
The main
leader,
character
but
is
it's more-
Goku, but it is ensemble cast.
Oh my
But
god.
they're like,
Also, anime movies have to fight against the bad reputation of anime movies. Like they're already at a disadvantage. If there's an anime movie coming out, everyone thinks that it's shit
see, I
already
think we're I
without
think we're
anything
arguing
hitting the
different
ground.
things. I think we're arguing different things, and that's the issue. I'm not arguing that it's gonna
I'm
be
arguing that
successful.
anime movies
I'm
will
not
be
arguing
bad.
that it's gonna be successful. I'm not arguing that it's gonna be successful. I'm just saying that it's gonna be good to. It's gonna be a good watch. I don't know if it's gonna be
it's gonna be a good
successful or not,
watch. I'm against that. There you go.
but I
We're
think
on
it could be a
the
good watch.
opposite
I
pages.
think it. Okay, so we got the argument straight. Will it be a good watch if Dragon Ball is adapted into a live action? Depending on the Dragon
I
Ball.
think we have enough
story
examples
that
to
we want.
say it's gonna be bad, bro. We have enough anime movie
But
examples
you
to
said the
say
One
it's gonna
Piece
be
live
bad.
action was good, right?
Yeah,
You said
I said the One Piece live
was good?
action was good because it wasn't watered down. Or what your version of watered down is, it wasn't watered down, bro. I've watched that part of One Piece. It's basically the same.
But what Ahmed's
I mean,
saying
sure.
is, if the One Piece live action continues at the pace that it's
And it wasn't a
moving
movie,
at,
by the way. It was a show.
Yeah, without that, with the amount of watering down that they did, they're gonna need at least 500, 600 episodes.
Like
to
if
finish
they,
One Piece,
how
at
long was the
least.
show? It was an hour an episode, and how many episodes was it? 6?
8.
8 episodes. That is 4 movies worth. You cannot water it down that much. You can't. If you when you water it down to condense it in a movie, it is a new product that the anime viewers will hate, and it will probably be not good for the like the base movie watcher because it's such a watered down version of the original.
It would. Yeah, I agree with you in that it's too long to adapt. I think that would be.
That is the
It
main
is
issue.
too
What
long,
I'm
even
saying-
with the fluffer movie. Even
What
with the
I'm
fluffer
saying is, if you make a condensed, I feel like the original Dragon Ball, or at least what I remember of it, I was a child when I watched it, but the original Dragon Ball is basic enough of a story that you can condense it into a movie, and it will be a good movie if you do it right. But I don't think you'd be able to convince people to go watch it, so it would fail, and it would not make enough money.
Oh yeah,
Because as you said,
see,
a lot of
that's
people
a
would have just think, oh, it's another anime movie, and Dragon Ball, I don't give a shit. I don't know anything about
let's
it.
think of it in a different way. If it was like a Netflix release, would it still fail?
like a series.
No, like a movie release on Netflix, like K-pop Demon Hunter, like whatever.
Which is, did you guys watch?
See, you
I watched
brought
it.
up the point
I
of
think
it would
people,
be too long to
I think
adapt.
people say it's too good for what it actually is. I think it's okay.
It's
So you-
good. It's
so-
not.
Wait.
It's
Can
not
you
the
watch
best
it?
thing
We'll talk
that's
about
ever
it
happened.
next week.
Yeah, can you
Okay,
watch
I'll
K-pop
watch
Demon
it. But when you said if it's a Netflix release, you already convinced me it wouldn't be good because it's too long. See, I agree that it's too long. It's too
Wait,
long.
what do you mean? If
but
it's
they are
like a
able to
Netflix
adapt
movie
it,
release, not a show,
And that's a 2-hour Netflix
yeah,
movie.
a
Yeah.
2-hour movie.
because
is
now
a-
the
it's
barrier
still
to
too
entry is easy because there's no money. You're not paying extra money. You already have Netflix, and you're watching it at home. So
no,
would
but
people
the thing
watch it?
is how would you be able to fit them collecting all the Dragon Balls and the enemies they face in 2 hours? That's too long. It's too
Yeah,
short.
you're right.
Too
Yeah,
short.
you're right. You're right. Because every single
So-
Dragon Ball had its own kind of adventure. Like it would have to be 7 movies for the 7 Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
I mean, they can
It's-
probably do it in like
And
3
trust me, bro,
episodes,
I
but, like,
wish they could
one
do it
is
well.
too-
I wish these stories were accessible. I wish I could show my dad this movie, you know? I wish they could adapt My Hero into a movie and I could show it to people and then bring them into anime. But this is such
But I
like
think
a long, impossible task that people have been trying to do. We can't just fix it in one podcast. I don't know how we would.
I think One Piece offered a starting blueprint, and that's why I brought up the
They didn't though.
They
They did it.
didn't. Dragon
They
Ball
did a
One Piece-
good series, which
what
is
One Piece
possible.
did
We know it's
was-
possible.
What One Piece did
Ah,
was they
starting
took
blueprint,
the
I'm not
anime and they made it live action. That's it. That's what
Yeah.
One Piece literally did.
And they
But it's
worked
so
so,
not
closely
sustainable,
with
and
the
we
writer,
all
by the
know
way.
that.
They
It's
didn't
not
take the
sustainable.
anime and make it live action. There are a lot of things different.
Yeah, they made
It's
very
changes
minor.
that with like all
Not very minor.
agreed
What?
upon.
How's it very, bro?
Please
Garp
listen
wasn't
to
even
this.
introduced until. Okay,
All
sorry.
the changes they did were signed off by Oda. It was consistent. They were working so
Fair,
closely
yes,
with the
okay.
main writer. All the changes done were by the original creator, so they were still good. But in a movie sense,
I'm
like
saying-
they
I'm
would
not
just
saying
like
they were bad.
bastardize it.
I'm not saying they were bad. I'm saying it's not the same. It's not 1-to-1 at all.
It's not to one to
It
one,
is
but it's
1-to-1 in
very
some
close.
cases and 1-to-1.
It's
It's
not
very
one-to-one,
close.
but
It's not very
very
close.
I think it's
Garp,
very
the Garp
close.
story is a very big
Kareem,
addition to
you're
that.
thinking of it as a One Piece diehard fan, so of course it's not very close. And there are things, for example, there are things that Garp does or says that we find out in episode 150 that they're saying now.
Yeah.
But
I
if you
think
think
they
about it
changed it.
as the overarching story, it's pretty much the first
I
30
think
episodes of One
every
Piece.
change they made, by the way, was
You get the same
fantastic
message. You get the same
because
message
they made
from
it
them.
so that you can get the payoffs. Not as big as a payoff, but from watching less. Like the fact that they introduced Garp so early is so good for a non-anime watcher. It's good for a series watcher, you know? Like Erin, she wouldn't wait 600 episodes to then learn that, fucking Garp is Luffy's grandpa. Them introducing it this early, it makes it interesting early, you know?
Fair.
But again,
Okay,
even
yeah,
though
that's
One
true,
Piece
that's
did it well, we all know this, and we all knew it when the
It's
when
mad
the live
pacing.
action was released, and we saw it. It is so unsustainable. It is
Yeah.
completely unsustainable. They
Which
can
Why
never
did
makes
why
me
continue
did
this forever.
why did people watch One Piece then? Why did people watch the One Piece live action?
Because they were excited. It's a
The live
popular
action?
title. People were excited, and they
Because
watched
I
it.
Dragon
wanted
Ball
to
is a
see.
popular. Okay, so that goes into my Dragon Ball is just as popular of a title as One Piece. If you can argue more popular in the West, right?
It's
Sure,
more
Dragon Ball,
popular,
it's a-
but it doesn't have as much meat. It doesn't have
No, but
like
people-
a
but
consistent
people-
story. It's
Okay,
more
so-
like a bunch of random
Okay,
shit
let me
and a
just
lot
say
of
my
filler.
second point. Let me just say
wait,
my
wait,
second
Eddie-
point because my second point follows from this point. I didn't finish my point.
Sure.
Dragon Ball is just as popular, if not more popular, than in the West. At least in the West. Okay, we can agree.
Yep.
Sure.
So, and since people watch the live action of One Piece because they said, hey, it's a popular series, a lot of people like it, let me see what all the hype is about, right? So I'll watch the live action version. It's shorter. So when people say, okay, I've never watched Dragon Ball, I'm not going to watch 300 episodes of Dragon Ball, but I do know it's very popular and people hype up a lot of its fights. I like fights.
I
I'm
have
a
an
comic
answer.
goer. I'm going to go watch. So why, if they adapt Dragon Ball Broly, the Broly movie, the origin of Goku, the fight with Broly and Vegeta and Goku, and all the things that happen.
I have an
Sure,
answer.
very hype. Okay, what's the answer?
It's because the One Piece viewers are much more hardcore fans than the Dragon Ball viewers are. One Piece viewers, the only thing they do is they try to get more people into watching One Piece. True? Is that not true?
We'll do the
We
same
are a
thing.
cult. We are a
It's a
cult.
Dragon
cult.
Ball release.
So the One Piece fans sat down and watched it, and they had everyone they knew watch it. Like it was their way of
It's two
introducing
things.
this story to the people that don't
that's
watch
a
it.
concrete point. See, I don't know
Kareem,
if that's
it's a couple of things.
because
It's a
Dragon
couple
Ball
of things.
fans.
Number one, Kareem,
Yeah.
number one, what Ahmed said is true. One Piece fans are more diehard fans. And number two, the average age of a Dragon Ball fan is pretty high right now. Like they're getting into their mid to late 30s because
You
Dragon Ball
guys
is
are
really fucking old.
underestimating how popular Dragon Ball is.
Second, and
It's
the third
popular,
thing,
bro, but it's not people don't sit down and watch it all the time. Like
it's
One
popular,
Piece.
but it's not monetizable. For example,
That's
if
wrong, and I'll
Nike
tell
was
you why
to
that's
drop,
wrong. That's
if
wrong, and I'll
Nike
tell
was
you
to
why that's
drop
wrong.
two
Hold on.
shoes,
That's-
one Luffy collab and one Goku collab, the Luffy collab would sell more.
Yeah,
let me
probably.
tell you guys something. Okay, let me tell
But
you.
like
guys.
the Goku collab would still
I'll
sell.
tell you why
And
that
I think it
that
would sell
view
more
is
than
incorrect.
anime.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example of why that view is incorrect. Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct came out 2018, recently. Okay, it came
Okay.
out recently. Ultra Instinct. Okay. People that didn't even watch Super, people that didn't even watch Dragon Ball, they tuned in to the Tournament of Saga Ultra
Kareem,
Instinct fight just
It's
because
more
of the hype.
popular in the mainstream, bro. We agree. But people aren't going to go watch it. It's just a meme.
They
It's
went
like
to watch Ultra Instinct. Why wouldn't they watch
But
this?
what Kareem, listen,
If it's
I
like-
was gonna get to the third point. There are two ways that people are gonna watch something, or a lot of people are gonna watch something. The first is, oh, I know this, so I'm gonna go watch it, which is what you're saying. A lot of people know Dragon Ball, they're gonna go watch it. And then the second is, when they watched it, they were like, oh shit, this is good. Let me tell more people to watch it. And that's what happened with One Piece. All the One Piece fans went and watched it because we were gonna watch it regardless.
Bro, I
even if
had
it was
my
shit.
mom watch
And then-
One Piece. I had my mom watch the live
And then-
action. My mom is excited
And
for
then we saw
season
it,
2.
we're like, this is actually
say
good.
Dragon Ball
Oh my
fans do that.
god, let's
Say-
get people.
Say Dragon Ball fans do that. Okay, they watch the movie, they say it's good, they get more people to
Nowhere
watch
near
it.
One Piece
You don't
fans.
think that's gonna
And
have?
Kareem, I
It might
can't
not have
argue
the
with
same
delusion,
pull.
bro. How can you not agree that One Piece fans, all they do is get people to watch One Piece? How can you not agree with that?
I am agreeing to that. I'm saying yes, they do, but
Way
I'm saying
more than
Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball
fans
fans.
also do that. Also
There's
would do that.
no way. Bro, I can't argue with
Then
with
why
you.
did people that never
It's
watched
insanity.
Dragon Ball watch Ultra Instinct? Why did people that never watched
It's
Dragon
not
Ball
the
watch
same
Ultra
amount.
Instinct?
Nowhere
Not
near
the
the
same
same
amount.
amount.
Ultra
I'm
Instinct
sure
was one of
some
the most
fucking
popular-
random
it's
guy
one of
walked
the
into
most
the theater to
popular
his board,
events.
bro.
Ultra Instinct is one of the most popular anime events of all time. So how can you even say that?
Anime
Literally
events.
one of the most
You
popular
think-
anime events.
you're saying randos, non-anime fucking normies went to watch this?
Watch Ultra Instinct. It was held in. Yes, they literally went to watch Ultra Instinct.
There's no way.
I don't know enough about Ultra
I
Instinct.
don't believe it. I don't
honestly,
know.
I don't even know what it is. Is it a
I
movie?
don't believe
Is
it,
a
and I
TV
think
show?
you're insane. Yeah, I
don't-
don't even know what this is. And I'm an anime fan.
I mean, I don't have examples to bring up right now, so I can't. I'm not gonna back this point up any further. But from what I remember, it was so hyped that people that have never watched Dragon Ball before, and it was a lot, tuned in just to watch this fight. That is what it was.
I've never even heard of this. Like, I don't know how you think average people went to watch this. I don't even know what this is. And I follow anime news. We have an anime podcast, and I don't know what this is.
So you guys have never watched.
But that was 2018. That was 2018. No, I do not know.
That was 2018. That doesn't change the fact that I'm still way more of an anime fan than the fucking average rando on the fucking street, bro. And I don't know what this is. I don't know how Karim thinks randos know what this is. I don't understand how. And I don't know how to get it through to you. I'm talking to the viewer now. I'm talking to the viewer.
The viewer.
The one viewer. Me later on when I'm editing this. How the fuck does Karim think Dragon Ball is more popular than One Piece? I don't understand. Like, sure, it might be
hold on.
I'm sure more fucking, like, the Mexican cartel knows about Goku. We know that. But, like, way more people will sit down and watch One Piece. Way more people will indoctrinate their families and their friends into One Piece than they will with Dragon Ball. Bro, people watch Dragon Ball at the gym. That's the only thing Goku is in the mainstream, by the way. He's like, fucking alpha bros use Goku as like, oh, I must push further. I must lift more. That's it, bro. He's just a meme, a mainstream meme.
If I was to get 5 million people and survey them and ask, do you know One Piece? Do you know Dragon Ball? More people would say they know Dragon Ball. But if I then took those people that said I know One Piece and took the people that said I know Dragon Ball and asked them actual questions about Dragon Ball or One Piece, the Dragon Ball fans would fall off significantly.
Exactly.
That's true. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And
exactly. You're not going to get people to go watch a movie based on memes, bro. Based on just, I've heard of this character.
People know the name more.
And a lot of them just don't care anymore. Like most Dragon Ball fans, and I really do think this is a big part of it. Most Dragon Ball fans are like in their 30s with kids.
No, but it's not even about age, bro. Like, because One Piece fans are in their 30s. It's about the story still relevant. Fucking the new Dragon Ball is a bastardized version of Dragon Ball. So how could a movie not be bastardized?
Okay, but backtracking to the point of would they be able to make a good watch of a live action? And we said no to the original Dragon Ball, but if they made it based on the Broly movie where it explains Goku's origin story and the history of Goku,
bro, I think if they could, they would.
I still think that could be a good watch, but it would be hard. Yes, it would, of course, be hard. But
my only proof is that the previous anime movies have been bad. So I don't know
why
this one would be
the only recipe I can see for an anime movie to become good and successful, and this is never going to happen because they kind of clash in ideals, is for a very, very good studio or manga writer to write an anime that is only like 12 episodes long, and for it to be so fucking good. Now, they're never going to do that because it doesn't make them money. The whole point is for them to make a lot. So they're never going to do that. But if they did, and it was so good, and like as hype as Solo Leveling, or as hype as Free, or whatever, something that good, and all anime fans liked it, and then Netflix took that and made it into a 2-hour movie, that would be fire. But that would never happen because the anime people don't want to make something that small because they want to keep going forever and make enough money. So they're going to make something really long, and Netflix never going to take something so long and make it into a movie. So that's just never going to happen.
And what would be the point? Why are you making this into a live action? Is it to get the average rando into watching it? Sure, it has to appeal to them.
Well, why do we watch Superman instead of watching just the animated version?
Because the animated version isn't a movie. I don't want to sit down and watch
I'm sure there's
Superman
an
cartoon.
Superman.
There are many Superman cartoons. I don't want to sit down and watch them. But if there's a big movie and everyone's gonna go watch it, I'm gonna go watch it to talk about it. Also, I only want to watch this one originally because it was pro-Palestine. That is my single. I wouldn't have gone to this movie otherwise. By the way.
Okay, but I'm saying it's gonna be the same reason. It's gonna be the same reason people went to watch Superman.
No,
is probably the same. Well, actually, not the same exact reason, of course.
I think at this point, people are going to go watch it because they're used to MCU and DCU, and they want to be like a part of this big universe when it's starting, and they want to talk to everyone about this new movie that came out. Like, oh, I've heard of Superman. I know Superman. Let me go watch it.
The reason superhero movies do really fucking well is because of how successful the MCU was. If you look at superhero movies pre-MCU, like superhero movies before Iron Man 1, back in 2007, 2006, they didn't do very well because people still didn't want to go to watch them.
even the
Nobody
original
gave a shit.
Spider-Man, which I don't know if you love, I love, and a lot of people love. There was a fourth planned one that they didn't do because the third one bombed. The third one did not make enough money.
Nobody gave a shit. The first Hulk movie almost got the MCU canceled because not many
And
people watched it.
I as a kid loved that movie, but it bombed.
Why would you? But the question is, why would I go watch this movie when the anime exists? Right, that was the question.
Because
No,
actually
honestly,
in this scenario, the to the average fan, the movie is way more accessible than the animated series.
and
Your question to
it's
me
now
was,
it's
why
now
would I go?
yeah.
Hold on, we're
Oh.
getting mixed up.
Wait,
The question was,
I know the
why
answer
would
to your question.
Okay.
So
it's
the
not my
answer to your
question.
is
It was asked to me.
okay.
It's why
Well,
would
the
you go
answer-
watch it when the anime exists? Okay.
The answer in general is you wouldn't. You normally wouldn't. The only reason people watch the superhero movies is because we have been conditioned, and we now know from what happened with MCU that superhero movies have a very high chance of being good. So you go watch.
And
But
then at
the
a time
complete opposite
MCU
has
was
happened
bad,
with
people
anime.
were used to not going to watch it anymore.
But it's the complete opposite with anime. We're actually kind of conditioned for the opposite. Anime movies are trash. They
Not
just are.
kind of conditioned. I'm fully expecting any animated movie to be terrible unless it's animated.
I almost didn't watch the One Piece live action until you were telling me to watch it for forever, and I still wasn't gonna
I
watch it
watched
until
the
Ahmed
One
told
Piece
me to
live
watch it.
action for it
When
to be
Ahmed
bad.
told me to watch it, I was like, okay, now I have to
Yeah.
watch it because now I know
if
it's
a
actually
big hater
decent.
likes it, then it's probably good. I watched it expecting it to be bad. I wanted to hate it. I literally just wanted to talk about it with you. That's the only reason I watched it. It happened to be good.
The hate
But when I
watch.
gave the Avatar
It
one a
happened
try,
to be
I
good.
couldn't get.
This is a very rare conversion hate watch. I became an enjoyer. Very rare.
I couldn't get past the second episode of the Avatar.
Yeah.
So
live action.
actually,
By the way,
Avatar,
Kareem,
I
a
was
perfect
okay. So here's the
example
thing. That's a good point.
of a like fallen fan is me with Avatar. I watched one episode of Avatar. I'm like, they changed this so much. It's no longer the thing I liked. I can't see how this could be good, and I stopped watching it.
Exactly.
So here's the thing.
I
right?
stopped
Here's the thing
watching.
with Avatar.
Oh, wait, I'll
Here's
tell you. Oh, wait, this is the funny story. I'll tell you exactly what happened with me in the Avatar live action. I watched the first two episodes. I was so bored. I couldn't get through it. And I was watching it with a friend. I was watching it with Mohammed Hassan. So we got through the first two episodes, and he was telling me, because he's not a big Avatar fan, he was like, bro, is this actually good? Because this is a hard watch. And I said, wait, bro, we just have to get to. I want us to get to Toph and the Earth Kingdom and that shit. And then I checked, and I realized that's not even in the first season.
Yeah.
So the first season that they made is actually just the worst part of Avatar, and they made that into a season. And it's
To be
even
fair,
and
the
it's so
original
bad.
season 1 of Avatar is a hard watch for someone who's seen Avatar and knows how good it gets. But for just a new viewer, it's okay. It's not bad. It's
Yeah.
not great.
Oh, I watched the Avatar live action. I don't know anything about it.
You've watched the
Ahmed
whole
was
Avatar live
explaining to me
action?
what the differences were. No, I watched with you, like the first
Oh
episode.
yeah, the
or
first
two. I
episode.
don't
Watch the
remember
first
how many
episode. They changed so much.
Right.
It's crazy. They changed so
So
much.
I didn't know they changed these things. So I was watching. I was like, okay, sure. I'm watching. It was an okay watch. And then Ahmed told me what they changed. I was like, why'd they change it? It would have been better if they did
They
that.
changed
right?
it just
he explained to me what the setup is.
literally
later.
just for
like
shits
the
and
gliding
giggles.
thing, right? Like
Not just
like,
the gliding
but I
thing.
feel
I'm
like,
talking about
when
main
Aang was able
story
to fly.
things. No, that's a detail. I'm talking about main story things like Aang talking to the fucking Avatar Kyoshi on Kyoshi Island. That is not supposed to happen. What's supposed to happen is they just go to fucking Kyoshi Island. Sokka learns about not being sexist, which they wrote out of the show already, which is like they removed character
That was so
development.
annoying. Because that was the entire character development of Sokka. He starts
In
as
season
a, a
1, that's
sexist
it.
piece of shit, and then he ends.
And then
like
we do this whole like, how do we? They have to infiltrate the Fire Nation to go learn about how the Fire Sages, which are like the firebenders who used to be with the Avatar, have betrayed the Avatar, and he has to go to the temple to meet Avatar Roku, the previous Avatar, like the last one, to learn about how Roku fucked up and had all this happen. I don't know how talking to Kyoshi does anything. She's 2 avatars ago. She's been dead. He's supposed to infiltrate the Fire Nation, talk to Roku, learn all about the shit, learn about the Fire Sages betraying the Avatar, and learn about how the world is now fucked up. That never happens. So I don't know how the show is even going on. They like changed
2, 3, 4?
main story
Or
beats.
they're planning to.
Are we becoming? Because back in the day when I used to watch regular before this whole superhero shit, I'd watch movies in general, and a lot of those movies would be like movie renditions of books. And people who would read the books would always please, and
But
I'd come out of
we've
the movie and go,
known
"Oh,
that,
that
bro.
was a great movie," and the people who
We've
read the books would go,
known
"Oh, it's so much
this.
worse. The book is so much better."
Are you
Like
So
saying
are
that
we
we've
just
become
those guys
elitist?
for
Hunger
anime now?
Games was
Are you
as
saying
good of
we've
an
become elitist?
adaptation as you could have. Divergent was terrible.
Yes.
You remember that? We always
Yes,
knew
of
that the
course.
book was
Divergent was
better. But the issue here is like is Hunger Games is close to the original. Close. It's not even exact, but close. Divergent was so different. They changed the story. And
Yes.
because I was a fallen Divergent fan, I never watched the second and third one. I'm like, they changed the first one so much, the second and third are not going to be like the books. I don't even want to watch it. It's the exact same thing.
Was it
Are you-
Divergent, Insurgent, and what else? What was the
Legion.
last one?
Elysian.
Legion.
Yeah.
Legion.
It's
The
crazy how
books
those
were
used to
good.
be
The
big
books were
words back then.
correct.
I like fully know what these words are now.
Yeah, I
Like
didn't know what
diverging,
we
I
were
use
15,
diverging
okay.
all the time. I feel like
Yeah, I didn't like Insurgents, Divergence. I was like, what is
Yeah.
going on here? But that was like way back in high school.
MK, are you saying like
But
the
yeah.
average fan enjoyed Divergent, but we're just
Yes.
haters?
No. Maybe. But what I'm saying is, did the average fan enjoy the Avatar live action? And we just hate it because
No,
we
because I
we
don't
know what it's
feel
supposed to be?
like there's an average Avatar fan. I think the majority of the Avatar live action viewers were Avatar fans.
Yes, exactly. I think that's the issue. That's why people hate it, because everyone who watched it watched the cartoon.
By the way,
but what I'm saying
it's
is,
still successful.
yes,
It's still
because
but
we
it was a
watched.
Netflix release and it was a series. It's not a movie.
But
That would have
what I'm
bombed.
saying is, Kareem, when he watched the first episode, without you saying anything, I'm 90% sure his first thought was, "Oh, that's not bad. That was decent."
It's
And then-
okay.
Yeah.
I said it's okay because it's
Well,
only the
okay.
first episode. First of all, I wasn't
Yeah.
really introduced too much. Okay.
Your first thought was, "It's okay." I finished the first episode thinking, "This is trash. This is complete garbage. This is a
Well,
1 out of
Okay,
10."
wait, Muhammad.
Because they
Muhammad Hassan. You said he wasn't a big Avatar fan, and he hated it. He was bored.
Yeah, but that's different. He's
Is
not
it?
someone that he. Yeah, that's different. If you watch anything with him, if you're in his living room setting and he's sleeping on that couch and you watch anything with him, he's gonna say it's boring and he's gonna fall asleep. Doesn't matter what you're watching. We were watching JJK season 2 and he was falling asleep.
Oh yeah, he was.
I personally don't know anyone who's not an Avatar fan who's watched the Avatar live action. I don't know a single
Exactly.
person.
Exactly. The $1 million question is: if someone who hasn't seen the Avatar cartoon / anime and watched the live action, would they? I'm not saying they're gonna think it's good, but would they think it's significantly better than what we think it is?
But
Probably.
the
I'd say
bigger
probably, yeah.
question is, would they even watch it? Because, like, who are you making this show
No,
for?
they
If it's not for the Avatar fans and it's not for the rando who doesn't even care to watch this, who are you making it for?
I would watch the cartoon first, for sure. If I'm gonna watch Avatar, I'm gonna watch the cartoon first, and then
Why are you making it for the anime fans? Do the anime fans want it?
They're
I don't
not.
want the live
I
action.
told you they made it for the. They said this, and I quote: "We're making this for Game of Thrones fans," which makes no sense.
Well,
Yeah.
then they're not marketing it well, because
That's
I don't know
like-
any
yeah,
Game of Thrones
That's like,
fans.
hey, we're making One Piece, but we want this to be specifically enjoyed by Attack on Titan fans.
Yeah,
Like,
no, there's a lot of crossover there. We're making One Piece, but we want it to be enjoyed by Peppa the Pig fans. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
like
I don't
But
know, bro.
it's,
Like, I think it's just
I
higher
don't-
ups
I
not
don't
Game
knowing
of Thrones
shit.
is, correct me if
I
I'm
don't know.
wrong, but from what I know about Avatar, Game of Thrones is a very different tone.
Super
than Avatar.
fucking
Bro,
different.
It's
And
not,
like,
they're
if
not,
your
like,
project is so bastardized that the original creators are like, we don't want to be a part of this anymore. We don't want our names on this. Like, that's how you know it's fucked, bro. Like, it's
But then
no
that's-
longer even similar to the original.
that's just the whole point, because that's why they all fail. If you make, because anime viewers don't want live actions because they're never going to be as good as the anime, so they're not going to watch it, and you can't market it well enough to non-anime viewers, so they don't end up watching it. So what ends up happening with all of them is the only people that watch it, or the majority of people that watch it, are the anime viewers who are gonna shit on it because they're comparing it to the anime. I'm 100% sure that if the Hunger Games movies, which are great adaptations, as good as a movie adaptation can get to a book, were only viewed by the people who read the book, no normal people, just people who read the book, the ratings would be half what they are.
Yep.
Because
So the
everyone would be
formula
watching it
for-
relatively.
The formula for a successful live action anime has to be one. It has to be super popular as Demon Slayer, One Piece, Dragon Ball. It has to have input every episode from the author.
More
It has
popular
to
than
be
Demon
a
Slayer.
showrun.
Demon Slayer would not get the full.
It has to be a showrunner that has read the entire manga and loves the manga. It has to be actors that have read the manga and love the manga, which is never gonna happen. It happened once, and it's never gonna happen again. So it's okay, fair enough. So the investment's too much to make it. It's possible, but the investment's too much.
And even the one time that it happened in such an unsustainable way that no one, including the showrunners, know how it's gonna end. Like, what are they just gonna keep doing this for the next 50 years?
The actors are not gonna be able to, bro. There's nothing good. They should end it somehow. End it by like Alabasta, or maybe Skypiea. Skypiea, what happens is Enel's actually so strong they'll die. Or I don't know how it would be, bro. It's like
the funny thing is, what you're saying is still 200 episodes away. They can't make it that far. They cannot make it that far.
But I think they can condense it because nothing actually happens in the episodes. Like I watched.
They should do Alabasta in a season.
Me and Aaron rewatched the anime until fucking shark guy. I forget his name.
Arlong.
Arlong. How many episodes is that? From beginning to Arlong
50.
to finish of Arlong.
35, 36.
I can check. One Piece, Arlong.
Arlong is in the 30s.
It starts episode 31, ends episode 44.
So from 1 to 44, they condensed it to was it 8 episodes?
8
episodes, but every episode's an hour. So it's as if it was 24 episodes of anime. They got the 44 down to 24.
From 44 to half. And it was perfect. So, like, if we cut One Piece in half. But no, we know later on there's even more fluff.
By the way,
to be fair.
No. By the way, it should be, you're actually exactly right. When people did the calculations, One Piece should be half the number of episodes it is right now.
Okay, so if One Piece is half the number of episodes, and we cut it into half again because it's 1 hour episodes of live action, how many episodes would that be? So what's a quarter of One Piece?
500 divided by
300.
Yeah, that's fine.
300 1 hour episodes. Not even like sitcom
now,
episodes.
if we watered them down, that would be 200. It's still too much.
We can bring it down to like 200. Yeah, that's like 20
even if it's bro, even if it's 160, so the number can be divisible by 8. That's 20 seasons of the seasons that they're doing now. It's taking them 2 years a season.
The issue is it's not
to film.
20
it's
seasons.
It's gonna take them 40 years to film this.
It's not 20
I
seasons
think they would
of
have
us
to
shooting
some arts outright.
at a school or a hospital. It's 20 seasons of us shooting on pirate ships in the ocean. Like, it is so hard to shoot this shit. This shit is so expensive to make. They made a real ship. They made real ships. This shit is not cheap.
Yeah.
Bro,
how are they gonna do Marine Ford?
He's like a Taekwondo guy. He does the flips and everything. In 10 years, his back's gonna give out. He can't do that. They need to wrap this up.
How are they gonna do Marine Ford?
That's a legitimate issue for just 3 seasons of Avatar. The actors have grown up. Aang has hit puberty. Aang's voice is deep now. How the fuck are they gonna do this?
Okay, Marine Ford had like 50 ships around an entire port. Tell me how they're gonna
CGI. You're gonna have to CGI it. They can't do it any other way.
But then it would start becoming bad. It would start. The effects have to be cheapened.
Pirates of the Caribbean does it, and it's fine.
I think Oda knew that this is not gonna last till the end. I think it was just a very good way of bringing in new fans, and that's it.
Probably, yeah, that's true.
I think
actually, no, he literally said, "This is a."
Oh, he said this.
Actually, hold on. I don't know if he's said that word for word, but like.
Wait, I do remember you saying this is our final push in the West. This is our final big push in the West. Something like that. And I think that's his goal, and I think he achieved it. I don't think they're trying to have this show run forever. I think Netflix is going to squeeze as many seasons as they can out of it. Also, I don't know. I think it's just the writer's strike is why it's taking so long to make new fucking seasons. Like, it shouldn't have taken this long, I don't think. But anyway, they're not planning on finishing it. They're just trying to get as much money out of it. Oda's trying to get as many fans out of it. It's a win-win for them.
So when do you think it'll end? Which arc?
I think it's just going to get canceled.
How can they end it?
I don't think it's going to end. I think it's going to get canceled.
I think it's going to make it until they're going to keep going until either the actors give out, like they can't do it anymore, or it gets canceled.
Or they do like now we're going to go to the Grand Line, and then we see them go into the Grand Line. That's it, and that's over. That's the end of the story.
But that's
maybe
like that type of thing. Like, now we're gonna go find the One Piece, and they end the story. Like,
so they end at the New World. So then they say we're going to the New World.
They could end it at New World. They could end it at time skip, pre-time skip. Like you can go like
Yeah.
we're gonna take a
There's a
couple
lot
years
of
and then
ways they
make
could
it
just end it. And honestly, they could just cancel it. They don't give a fuck. That's
they
great,
could.
honestly, for Oda, because it's a cliffhanger. They'll go watch the anime now.
True. Yeah, that would.
And he
Also,
could
maybe
do
they'll
that
cancel
after
it
they've done.
when the remake comes out.
Yes, when the remake comes out, so then it'll be easier and more digestible for people to get into.
I can't wait for the remake. Okay, this is a whole different topic. This
I'm
is
gonna-
taking
hey,
so
watch the
long.
remake.
It should not. It should not
It's
take
gonna
this
take
long.
forever. It's
It's
gonna
been
take forever.
since
It's gonna take at least
2022. It got announced 2022. It's been 3
That's not
years,
long.
and they
That's
still
really
no
not
new
long
news about
because
it.
they have to
3 years?
like redesign everything, bro. Usopp's not even black anymore. They have to redesign everyone's character.
But 3
They have to have a new fucking like art language, graphic design term. There you go. And then they have
But
to
how long
start
does it
making
usually
it.
take?
How long does it
How long
usually
does it
make
usually take?
to remake? We don't know.
Like, for example, say when they decided to adapt Attack on Titan, right? Did it take 3 years from when they decided to adapt it to actually putting it out the season? Or JJK? Did it
Adapt it
take 3
from what?
years
From
when they
manga?
decided- Yeah, like they said,
No,
okay,
no,
this
no,
manga is
'cause
popular. We want to adapt
Manga
it
to anime is a pipeline. They have it. It's good.
But that's what they're doing. No?
A remake?
They have the manga.
No, they're remaking an anime and manga. They're remaking it. Like they've already done it once. They're
I'm
like, how can we redo it better for current audience, and for the way that old audience don't fucking hate us? This is way harder than just anime to manga, manga to anime.
But aren't they
Manga to
still
anime
staying
is a tried and tested pipeline, bro. They just where's the new manga? Put it in the pipeline. Anime. There you go. This remake, they have to like do shit from the beginning, from scratch. It's hard.
Other than
Maybe
the
I'm
new design
misunderstanding.
language and
Maybe
everything,
I'm
they have to selectively choose what they're cutting out of the episodes.
Yeah, like
Because if
font
they cut out
language is
too
one
much,
thing.
people are gonna hate it.
Okay, let's talk about the other big thing: writing. You're basically rewriting the show. You have to like reorganize the story beats.
But
If
don't
you're
they
removing
already do that with
500
manga?
episodes of One Piece, that's
No, but
They
okay,
don't do
so
that with
hold on.
manga.
Maybe-
One Piece
I'm
spreads out
misunderstanding
each chapter into 7 episodes. They don't do that.
I'm misunderstanding something actually. So when they adapt JJK, for example, right? When they decided to adapt JJK. JJK say the first season is the first 50 chapters. I don't know if it actually is. I'm just giving a number.
Yeah.
It says the first 50 chapters, and they adapt it to 12 episodes. They still have to cut some things out from the manga. They still have to decide how to write the
Yeah.
episodes. But isn't that the same thing as what the remake is doing? They're looking at, okay, East Blue's 50 chapters or 100 chapters. We have to condense it to 24 episodes. We're still gonna have to cut some things. So it's the same creative
I
process.
think One Piece
to
is
make it
way
from
longer,
manga to
way
anime.
older, way harder to do.
No, but what I'm saying is it's the same creative process of deciding to adapt a manga to an anime as
yes,
as
but
they're doing now. So
it
But
is
they also
the
have
same
to take
process,
account
but
the
it
other
has
show.
it has a lot of
Why does it have
sensitivity to
to?
it. It has a lot
Because
more
you don't want to make
sensitivity to
you
it.
don't want to make the same show.
As the JJK watcher, I don't know what's in the manga. As the average anime viewer, I don't know what's in the manga. So whatever they show me, I'm just gonna take it at face value. But with the One Piece remake, most people watching it, I would have watched the other One Piece, so they would know what's there. So if something's missing, I'd be pissed.
But
And
something is going to be
after
missing
they
regardless,
get
because they're gonna
started,
cut something out.
it'll go faster. But like they're still in the beginning phases, bro. This shit takes a long time.
I just googled it and
Yeah,
it
they have
says
to
no
do more
official
things.
release date, but people are expecting a late 2025, early 2026 release. So
Wait, who's expecting that?
I think
yeah, we've heard
2026.
nothing. We've heard
Guys,
nothing.
we've not even seen a single character animated. I don't even expect it by
we've seen nothing.
2026. I think 2027. Like
That's crazy.
we've
5
gotten the one
years?
trailer we've gotten was just a like panning shot of landscape. We've never even seen a character move. There's
Yeah,
no
so,
way.
hard
There's
to-
absolutely 0% chance it's 2025, and slim chance it's 2026.
Probably 2027. Late
That's sad.
2026, early 2027.
It's not
It
sad.
is.
What are you waiting
I-
for, bro? You're
it's
watching
so
the
long.
normal anime. When the remake comes out, it comes out. It is what it is.
But the remake is going to be
And you want them to
amazing.
take
Bro,
time.
I
If
might,
it's rushed, it'll be bad.
that's
True,
true. That's
true.
true.
I'd
The
rather
whole
they
I'm
thing
take
is
fully
make it
happy
good.
with the Spider-Verse movie being delayed. Maybe not this fucking long. We got a 2028 projection
It
right
is.
now.
I'm hyped for that one too. Actually, I was like, every time I
When
see
did the
a
last one
tweet
come
about
out?
it's
Was it
because it's delayed.
2023?
2022, I think. Yeah.
2022, I
No,
think.
not 2022. Because me and Aaron
You know,
went
I
to
haven't
see it.
seen
We
the
weren't
second
even
one.
dating 2022.
I haven't seen the second one. The second one.
You haven't seen the second? No, I'm talking about the second one. You haven't seen the second one?
No. Yeah, I haven't seen the second one.
Oh
Because it
Across
shit!
didn't
the
come out in
Spider-Verse,
theaters.
right?
It
2023.
didn't come
Across
out
the
in
yeah.
theaters in
Spider-Verse,
Egypt,
2023.
and me and my friends wanted to wait until it was out on Disney Plus, and then it took so too long, and we just forgot about it, and we never watched.
It's. I don't think it's not on Disney Plus. It's on Netflix here. It used to be on Prime, and now it's on Netflix
2023.
here at least.
It's now on something. We'll
From
figure it out. Like if I
2023,
wanted to
and
watch it,
it's
I can.
now projected 2028. And keep in mind, they never stopped working on this movie. They've been working on it since the last one because this isn't a sequel. This is a continuation. Like this was one big story that they had to chop in 2 movies. Like it's
So
insane.
here's the thing. The first movie was 2018. Second movie was 2023. Third movie is 2027 projected so far. So in essence, actually,
Yeah.
the time
I heard
span between
2028.
each one is
But the issue is they're rewriting story. They're like the script isn't up to par, and we've animated a bunch of it. Scrap all this shit. We're like restarting. So it's just taking forever now.
Are they being too perfectionist about it? Can that
I don't
ruin?
think so. I don't think the
Yeah,
studio
I don't know. Actually, I'm just
like
bringing
is
up a
being
point.
too. I think they just want it to meet expectations to a certain degree, and it wasn't up to par, so they just have to redo it. Happens all the time. Hopefully, it doesn't get stuck in fucking production hell though, and it actually comes out. Okay, honestly, don't watch the movie until the next one comes out. It's okay. It's not as good as the first one. It's very slow in the beginning, and there's not much payoff. So just wait for the second one to come out. Honestly, you're not missing much. There's good parts for sure. Honestly, music is way better, even though the music of the first one was great. Just listen to the album. And there's like maybe 2 really good parts in the movie. The rest of it is really slow. The first, it's a 3-hour movie, by the way. First hour is slow as fuck.
3 hours. Wow, interesting.
It is a 3-hour movie. My ass was numb in the theater.
What's your limit for like how long a movie should be? Because
I don't want it. I don't want it longer than 2 hours. I don't. If it like
Yeah,
if
feel
I'm
like that's
watching it at
something.
home, by the way, and it's longer than 2 hours 20 minutes, I'm not watching it. If it's in theaters, I'll probably watch a 3-hour movie, but it's because I don't know it's a 3-hour movie. If I know it's a 3-hour movie beforehand, I probably won't go.
Do you
Yeah,
do
it's
because
really-
this apparently this thing I've figured out only happens in Egypt. You guys don't have breaks in the
We
middle of the
don't.
movie, right?
I hate it.
Same to me.
It's
How do you
that
know how
takes
long
away
a movie
from the
is?
immersion.
That's how I gauge how long a movie is. When the break happens,
You
I'm
have
like,
to
all right, we're at
Google
the
it
halfway
beforehand.
point.
Bro,
There's that much left.
I have to be so sure I'm gonna pee before it. Like I need it's not just the pee break. I want to decompress in the middle.
Right? I want to
So
get out.
I don't
time
like
to
the people I'm with.
go get. I want to talk about the first half of the
Yeah.
movie.
No, but breaks
also
get
a
away
good
from the immersion.
cut.
No? Like I
know, but like I want a cut to be like, this is the first half. This is where this shit
Yeah.
happened, and then this is where this
And
shit
it's just
happened.
a 10-minute break. You get up, you take a walk,
No,
you
it's
go
not
to the
even 10
bathroom, you
minutes.
grab a snack.
It's way less. It's 5
No,
minutes.
It's no, it's 10 minutes. They have a timer.
it gives
now,
you some
that's-
time
Oh,
to
they
digest
have
the
a timer.
movie as
They
well,
didn't
right?
used to
To
have a
digest
timer
what
when
you
I was
just
there.
Bro, we're
Wow,
advanced.
crazy.
So when you go, you take a break, you get a snack, you talk to your friends about the first half that you just saw, and then you continue the second half. It's the best.
And it usually happens right after Act 2. You know, Act 1 happens.
It happens
Act
at,
2 happens, and
happens
then
at
it
the halfway
cuts.
point. Yeah,
No,
happens at the
usually
halfway
it doesn't.
point.
I don't think it usually interrupts the movie. I feel like it happens. It's
It
like an
doesn't.
ad break after Act 2. Usually,
It finds they find the like
a
time
lull.
after action has died or
Yeah.
a lull, and then they take a break. So it's usually plus or minus
It's
5
an
or 10
art,
minutes
bro.
from the halfway point.
It's never like in the middle or something.
It's never mid sentence.
Yep.
But yeah, so that has been our thoughts on anime adaptations into live action and what can become a movie and what can't. Let us know your thoughts. Do you agree that anime just can't work as live action, or do you have any anime that you think could be incorporated well? Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Like,
Thank
subscribe,
you.
share, follow, comment, donate, all the good stuff. Thanks. Bye.